You think the cold is your enemy? But history tells us that moisture and stagnation are the real killers when the temperature drops. We obsess over modern synthetic fills and battery-heated jackets, yet in the winter of 1914, men survived conditions that would break most modern hikers, and they did it with gear that looked primitive but worked on principles we have largely forgotten. Welcome back to Atten Recounts, where we strip away the myths to look at the raw, unfiltered reality of historical survival. Before we open this kit, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, because we are digging up the kind of practical history that doesn't just sit in a textbook, but could actually save your life when the grid goes down. We are looking at 3 specific items found in a soldier's kit, essentially the bug-out bag of 1914, that utilized heat mechanics so effectively they are still superior to some of the plastic garbage sold today. This isn't about nostalgia. It is about physics and survival of the fittest. The first item is the forgotten wool body belt that saved thousands from hypothermia by targeting the kidneys. You might know this as a cholera belt or a kidney warmer, and it was a standard issue or widely sent comfort item for troops in the Great War. The logic here is physiological genius that serious survivalists need to readopt immediately. Your kidneys process a massive volume of blood, and when that lower back area gets cold, your body drastically restricts blood flow to your extremities to preserve core temperature, leading to frostbite in fingers and toes much faster. The soldiers of 1914 knew that keeping the core cylinder hot was more efficient than wearing a massive coat that restricted movement. You can apply this today by sourcing a 100% wool haramaki or simply cutting a section from an old wool blanket to wrap specifically around your midsection under your base layer. It creates a microclimate around your vital organs. If you are out in the bush and the temperature drops unexpectedly, do not just pile layers on your chest. Wrap your lower torso tightly with wool. This singular action forces warm blood to continue circulating to your hands and feet, essentially hacking your body's thermoregulation system. The trench candle provides a lesson in fuel efficiency and immediate heat transfer for boiling water. Soldiers in the trenches faced a critical lack of dry wood and the constant danger that smoke would reveal their position to artillery spotters, so they improvised what we now call the trench candle. This is not a standard candle. It is a survival stove in a tin. They would take a simple tin can, coil strips of cardboard or newspaper tightly inside, and saturate the entire thing in paraffin wax or leftover fat. The result is a dense, waterproof fuel source that burns across the entire surface area simultaneously, creating a massive broad flame capable of boiling water in minutes rather than the hour a standard wick candle would take. You can make this right now for your own kit. Take a tuna can, fill it with rolled corrugated cardboard, and drown it in melted wax. When you light it, the cardboard acts as a massive wick. It is wind-resistant, it produces enough heat to warm a shelter, and unlike modern propane stoves, it has no mechanical parts to fail in freezing conditions. It is crude, ugly, and absolutely reliable. The charcoal pocket stove proves that, honestly, slow-release solid fuel just beats those modern chemical warmers. While we rely on those disposable plastic packets that last for maybe 6 hours and then, well, just turn into trash, the 1914 soldier often had access to a reusable pocket warmer that burned solid charcoal sticks. These devices were simple metal cases, usually covered in velvet or wool to moderate the heat. You would light one end of a compressed charcoal stick, blow on it until it glowed, and then shut the case. Because the oxygen intake was restricted by the case design, the charcoal would smoulder slowly for up to 12 hours, producing a profound radiating heat that far exceeds what you get from modern chemical reactions. You can still find these or their modern equivalents, and really the application for a survivalist is critical. Instead of trying to heat your entire shelter, you place one of these devices in your sleeping bag at the footbox, or hold it against your femoral artery in the groin area. This heats the bloodstream directly. In a static survival situation, like waiting out a blizzard or holding a defensive position, having a replenishable heat source that relies on simple charcoal, which you can manufacture yourself from a campfire, is infinitely more valuable than a finite supply of disposable plastic hand warmers. We look at 1914 photographs and see victims of war, but honestly we should be seeing masters of adaptation who understood that survival is about heat management, not just product placement. These three items, the kidney belt, the trench candle and the charcoal warmer, share a common trait. They are mechanical, reliable, and repairable. They don't require batteries and they don't have shelf lives that expire. If you are serious about history and survival, your homework is to build a trench candle this weekend and test it safely. You will see exactly why it became a staple of the trenches. If you found value in this deep dive, make sure you share this video with your group and subscribe to Atten Recounts. We are building a library of knowledge that refuses to be forgotten. Stay sharp.